I was a corporate wife. My husband worked for ARCO for 35 years, so it's not like I don't know from where I speak. And I'm not perfect, believe me. My 16-year-old son, I'd be happy to give you a list of some of my flaws. And but I do feel like we've got to just admit it. We're in a mess these days. We've got to do something, and nonviolence is definitely the way. And I believe being honest, and now some people believe, and I'm sort of getting into this too, that one of our main problems in America is that our corporations are actually kind of like a loaded deck. The directors are friends with the CEOs, and so there's not going to be a lot of what would you call it, unbiased opinion. Nobody really wants to speak up too much, because then maybe they wouldn't get to go to the polo game with Prince Charles, or they wouldn't get to go sit in the box at the best opera that's come to town, or something like that. But we've got to take a step, take a deep breath, and really think about what's important. Michael Novak, he's a former ambassador, has written a book called Business as a Calling. And he actually wrote about Burma, and he said, what are the human rights activists to think when we in America, the big shining light of the world, has put the economy, political economy, above human rights? What do they have to look forward to? And it's true. It's very shameful. There's a lot of excuses that people want to give. I guess the ones that I've heard most are, well, it's not my job. It's theirs. But you know what? It is our job. All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. That's Edmund Burke. Then people think sometimes that, oh, telling a white lie is no big deal. But if you think about it from the person that's being lied to, how would they feel? Would they feel better knowing that you were just telling them a little white lie? I don't think so. So, and then there's also the saying of, who am I to judge? Who am I? Well, guess what? We do need to make moral judgments, and there is a difference between Mother Teresa and Hitler or Saddam Hussein. I mean, we really have to recognize this. And the whole thing of everybody does it, like I'm not so bad because they're worse, that's called the doctrine of relative filth. I don't think we have any room for that anymore. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take public outcry, just as they're saying with the campaign finance reform, it's going to take public outcry. It's going to say, you know what, we want ethics. It does matter. Ethics is really just about actions. Think about the word ethics, it just talks about actions, doing what's right. The golden rule, it's kind of funny, but all major religions have different sayings, but basically it's the golden rule. And what we don't want done to ourselves, don't do to our neighbor. That's one of my favorite ones. I feel that Peter Drucker, who is a really well-known kind of a business expert, he says that what executives do, what they believe and value, what they reward and whom are watched, seen, and minutely interpreted throughout the whole organization. And nothing is noticed more quickly and considered more significant than a discrepancy between what executives preach and what they expect their associates to practice. Now, along with that is this reward issue. Like, who gets promoted? Who gets the cushy trips and stuff? What kinds of things have happened? And birds of a feather do sort of flock together, and that's why I'm really big about ethics training. There's some really good programs around the country now, and a lot of the government agencies, this is what I really think is funny, is the government may end up saving us because they've had so many scandals with the $10,000 toilet seats or whatever on the airplanes, and that they've had to have ethics departments. So they actually are leading the way. And now a lot of corporations are sending people to the ethics school, and then hopefully it will be passed down. But it really has to start at the top. Leadership is our key thing, and that's why I went down on August 9th to Santa Monica Beach and gave the President of the United States, Bill Clinton, a flying pig. He has a saying that you can put wings on a pig, but it doesn't make it an eagle. Well, I think that's so true. I mean, that's what ethics is about. I can tell you all day, oh, you know, I'm so wonderful, but then I go home and I really do something mean. It's all about actions. So I had gone down there to ask the President to help with a volunteer program that I'm involved with to teach character education in the schools.